Hi, I'm Adam with Let Us Try That. Today we're going to be making something that's not only a tasty main course, it's also something that can be made ahead of time and quickly reheated when you need a delicious meal and you need it quick. We're going to be making a Keto Meatball Casserole. I found this recipe on iSaveAtozZ.com and I'll be linking to their website below this video, so check out their site if you want some more delicious keto-friendly recipes. For this recipe you'll need 1 pound of pork sausage, 1 pound of ground beef, or you could use ground chicken or ground turkey, whatever you like. You'll also need some mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, pork rinds for a breading substitute, 2 eggs, and your favorite seasonings. For the topping, you'll need some more cheese and a keto-friendly spaghetti sauce or a marinara sauce. We can start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees and preparing a casserole dish with a little bit of oil or cooking spray so the meatballs won't stick. And to make the meatballs, we're going to need meat, of course, but we're also going to need a half a cup of crushed pork rinds to act as a breading, sort of a filler, and to bind things together. If you don't want to use pork rinds, you could use a half a cup of almond flour. That would work also. So we've got half a cup of crushed pork rinds, and I just crushed that with my Magic Bullet blender. If you have a food processor, that would work too, or you could even just put it in a plastic bag and crush it with your hands. So next, we need to add some meat. In the original recipe, she uses 1 pound of spicy pork sausage. I'm just going to be using mild pork sausage. My wife doesn't like things too spicy. And she uses a pound of ground beef. I'm going to be using ground turkey. You could use whatever kind of meat you want. So I'm going to use 1 pound of ground pork, Italian pork sausage, and 1 pound of ground turkey. So I've got my Italian sausage. And it's a little 1 pound roll, so I'll just put the whole thing in there. And then we've got this big old thing of turkey. This is 3 pounds, so I'm not going to weigh it or measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it and take 1/3 of this. So I think that's approximately 1/3. So now I'll wash my hands. I'll put this back in the fridge. So we'll also need 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. A 1/3 of a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. 2 eggs, and then whatever seasonings you like. In the original recipe, she uses 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of fresh minced garlic. I don't like onions, I'm leaving that out. I don't have fresh garlic, so I'm going to be using garlic powder. And then she also uses some Italian seasonings, so I'll do Italian seasonings too. And you can measure it out 2 teaspoons, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm just going to put some in. But first we'll start with the eggs. Then we'll go a little bit of garlic, a couple of teaspoons, and then some Italian seasonings. And I think I'll go generously with the Italian seasonings. Now we need to mix everything together. So you could use a spatula or a spoon, or you could just get in there with your hands. I think I'll go ahead and start with a spoon. Break those egg yolks and then start mixing. And I just want to mix this up until everything is well mixed together. This might take a minute. So I started with the spoon, but I'm going to get in there. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I think it's going to be easier to mix everything together if I just get in there and kind of massage it. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll put some nice music on and you don't have to listen to all these squishy sounds. Right, everything is pretty well mixed together, so I'm going to start making these into little meatballs and then loading up my oiled casserole pan, dish, or whatever you want to call it. So, making my meatballs about that size, I guess a couple inches in diameter maybe. And I'm just going to fill up this entire dish. In fact, my dish isn't that big. I may have to use 2 dishes. And it looks like I'm going to have to use a second casserole dish because I just don't have one big enough for all of these meatballs. Okay, these can go into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're fully cooked.
A few moments later.
While these were in the oven, I shredded up some more cheese, and now it's time to put on some toppings. So we can use whatever your favorite keto-friendly tomato sauce is. And I'm not going to measure here. You can put as much or as little as you like. If you want to use the whole jar, you can. I'm just going to go around. That looks good. And then I'll sprinkle some cheese on top. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like. I'm using cheddar and pepper jack. You can use Colby jack, mozzarella, whatever kind of cheese you like. Once you've added your sauce and your cheese, we can put it back in the oven for 5 or 10 minutes, just long enough to melt the cheese and warm up the sauce. All right, after just a few minutes, they're ready to come out. And they're super hot right now, but you can let them cool for a few minutes, then we can put them on a plate, maybe heat up some vegetables, make some kind of delicious garlic bread or biscuit, keto-friendly of course, to go along with it, and enjoy your meal. And that's all there is to it. This is a tasty meal that's pretty easy to make, and it's great for meal prep. You can make this ahead of time and reheat it whenever you need a quick meal. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it on social media. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to make sure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.